back now with the band, I think, I mean, the first thing was that it felt very, very familiar, because we really hadn't spent that much time as a unit for a long, long time. But it felt very familiar very quickly.
You know, 20 years later, we had to find a way for our musical personalities to fit into each other's musical personalities again. When we're all together, when we're all in sync with each other, it's a great thing, you know. It's like nobody needs to have their foot all the way down, because, you know, it's like we're best when we're all moving in step.
Having Andy back in the band has brought an incredible surge of energy.
He understands the emotional impact of different chord movements, and that's so valuable.
Andy, I mean, Andy's fantastic. He's the bull terrier of the band.
It's always a pleasure to play with him.
Should we try it then?
Yeah.
It's very different, you know. But you know, I was 22 then. So, you know, it was a long time ago, and I've changed a lot.
Well, actually, John's the person he always was, but never allowed us to see a lot of when he was younger.
You know, I don't think we could have ever come back together if it wasn't for John.
John's my visual buddy. He's the one that cares about that stuff as much as I do.
He's very passionate. John is passion. He's all about passion and feeling.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got this super hooky vocal on the chorus. To the D minor. Does anybody know?
I like that bit. What's that chord? Simon's a great friend to have. He works really hard, never really complains about much, gets on with it, and then just disappears into his own world.
It does take a man of extraordinary taste to be a great lyricist.
Nobody else's voice sounds like Simon's. It's so unique, and the way he stacks it up with harmonies produces the most extraordinary sound.
We've become good friends. He is also a pleasure to know, and he's very rarely a dick.
He's the adventurer of the band, I'd say. He's got this boyish enthusiasm.
It's almost like going on stage. That's what it's like. It's like the feeling you get before you go on stage. I'm sorry, you're not going to see the eyes widen with fear.
He's a difficult guy to fall out with, Simon. We've all managed it, but...
Roger is beautiful because he's completely drama-free.
Roger, the quiet one, the thoughtful one.
He always plays in time, which is fairly unbelievable for a drummer.
Sure as hell don't know a drummer that's got better taste than him.
Roger and I are more kind of central and more in the middle of it all. And we often find that we're the glue that holds the band together. We're always the ones who pull the extremes together.
And this season, they will be wearing gold guitars and gold snake cowboy boots.
Nick is my oldest friend, so, you know, I know him quite well, and yet he never fails to surprise me.
He's an absolute perfectionist, which sometimes drives us crazy, actually.
Well, Nick he's like my best friend. I mean, we go beyond friendship. We have an incredible relationship.
You know, when me and Nick agree on something, boy, do we agree on it. It's like the other night, we did a mix. First mix we nailed. Bang, 2 glasses of wine, in the limo, laughing all the way home.
I think when we went in the studio with Don Gilmore, it became much more solid, and the beat became much more important.
And in Don's case, He's a great organiser. He just can come in and he's got very sensitive ears and he can just hear everything.
He brought an organisation to our organisation that we very much needed at that point.
Same. Yeah. So that's cool though, because that would be useful.
When he came in, we had 30 pieces of music. About 17 that we were very happy with. We only needed 11, but we wanted to look at everything and make sure we hadn't missed anything.
Bang, bang, bang. I'm straightforward, like Hey Ya.
The other thing that I think he really shines at is in terms of recording sonically instruments, acoustic instruments, particularly drums, basses, guitars. He's very, very, very good at that. Sunrise was one of those really optimistic sort of, it's about, you know, it's obvious what it's about, sunrise, new day, new beginnings.
It's not the usual, it's not the kind of thing that people would usually associate with the word exotic, but to me that's hyper exotic. You know, I see Russian girls in boots and furs stumping around in the snow. It's Dr. Zhivago, right? That's what it is to me, that song.
We developed it, though, over a period of time. There's been several lyrics for that.
Whenever we would try to rush the process, it would fall apart. It just didn't work that way. And I really don't believe that music is that, you know, transient, that, you know, a set of chords and a melody and a lyric that was strong 3 years ago is not going to work today.
It sounds really cool. It kind of throws you off, but in a good way.
So play it from that first chord.
The great thing about this band is that we're all so different. You know, you can get 5 or different people anywhere, but somehow it seems to work. There's a chemistry that happens when we're together, and I think there's a lot of tension actually. But I think musically that really does something. You know, we really spark off against each other.
But it's been great. Shit, getting that album done. I don't think any of us have made a record as committed as this.
For us, there's not ever been an album quite like this one.
The more unique we sit there and deal with putting this and that together, the more unique your stuff is going to sound, and not generic and suggested retail price.
I think that's a groove.
That's a starting point, if ever I heard one.
Dallas Austin, wow, I tell you. And he just wants it to be fun, you know, and just have a laugh and enjoy his time in the studio.
So I'm extremely honored to be here. And it was a lot easier to work with him than you could expect. A lot easier. It's a trip that when you're that much of a fan of somebody's work, you know all the words and lyrics, but you don't really know that person kind of personally, so you don't see where it comes from. But now I totally understand where every lyric and every word and how they work, and I totally understand everybody's parts.
Moving now to X-ray specs. Something tells me you're the alien sex.
Don't try to make something more complicated than it is, because it ain't. Now, bring in your fucking old keyboards. It's supposed to be like a blast, because what you know how to do when you wake up is what everybody really, really wants as a record right now.
It's one of Dallas's things, you know. He kind of turns the studio into like a nightclub.
You need to start putting in little things in the hook to make it go.
Leaving with an astronaut. Fuck, that's a hook.
It turned out fantastic. I mean, for me, it's the best song on the album. And it's pure fun. It's pure frivolity, and it's essential Duran Duran. Nobody else does it like that.